Shalom. This is G-Mas Sit Downs coming back with a lesson. I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elder apostle of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect out there spreading this word and society and the truth all over the four corners of the earth. God, this is going to be a walking talk lesson. And the lesson is going to be about why do we fast? Reasons to fast. Let me put it like that. Reasons to fast. Because some brothers or some new brothers might not see the importance of fasting. Some new brothers might not see why we should fast. You know? And basically I'm going to go into it, go over some scriptures, and give those reasons, man. Because back in the days, some people didn't understand it neither. They was fasting for carnal reasons. They was fasting to win debates. They was fasting for strife, you know, and not for righteousness' sake. And you have to understand that whenever we fast, man, whenever we afflict our souls, which is not eating and drinking, we are building up our spirit. We are building up our spirit, and we're doing righteousness in the sight of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So it's a very good thing to do, and it's very important in this ministry of ours to fast often. So without further ado, I'm gonna hit some scriptures, hit some points. So this is Mark chapter 2, verse 19. And Yahushua said unto them, let me start at 18, Slakia. Mark chapter 2, verse 18. And the disciples of John and the Pharisees used to fast. And they come and say unto Slakia. And the disciples of John and of the Pharisees used to fast. And they come and say unto him, why do the disciples of John and of the Pharisees fast, but thy disciples fast not? And Yahushua said unto them, can the children of the bride chamber fast, while the bridegroom is with them? As long as they have the bridegroom with them, they cannot fast. But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken away from them, and then shall they fast in those days. You see? So what Yahushua is trying to say, or what Yahushua is saying here, is that back in those days when the Lord was on the scene, there was no reason for us to fast. Because what's a reason to fast? It's morning, man. It's morning, but the Messiah was on the scene. The Son of the Most High was on the scene. The representative of the Most High himself was on the scene. We was being instructed. We was getting the ways of righteousness. We was learning the ways of righteousness in the presence of the Lord, man. This was one of the biggest prophecies that was coming to pass in front of their faces, man. So it was a time to take heed. It was a time to be sharp. It was a time to focus. It was a time to rejoice. But then he said, but the time will come when the disciples will fast, and that's when the bridegroom is taken away. Because why? Then we went into a time of mourning, which we are still in a time of mourning. We are still in a time of suffering and being afflicted for the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua's sake. Especially this upcoming year, man, 2020, we're gonna suffer a lot, man. We're going to suffer a lot in this truth. We're going to be defamed. We're going to be arrested, most likely. You know, so those days is coming. And we need to accept that and realize that now is the time, man. Now is the time to afflict our souls and to become more sharper spiritually. Because that's what you do, man. When you weaken the flesh, you're strengthening the spirit automatically. Let's say the spirit and the flesh is both are strong. So they are on one level. the spirit and the flesh, the spirit and the flesh are both on one level. So what if you weaken the flesh? If you weaken the flesh, the spirit is going to be automatically stronger. So that's a very good thing to work towards, man. Strengthening the spirit, or having the spirit to be stronger than the flesh. So the point of Yahushua was that my servants don't have to mourn right now because I'm here. The anointed one, the man through whom we have salvation, was on the scene. They didn't have to fast. You know, but now is the time that we should fast, because we're mourning, man. We are being afflicted, and guess what? We are being attacked also, daily, constantly. By what? By demons, entities that are trying to sift us as wheat. That's why Yahushua told Peter, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. So we have to understand that those things is going on. We have to understand that, you know, the Lord warned us already for Satan, man, trying to get us out of this truth, trying to let us lose focus, trying to let this flesh to be stronger than the spirit. So we have to fight against that. We have to battle against that, because we're walking amongst a bunch of zombies, like over there. Fucking zombie, man. That's why, man, I had to step to the side, man, because I was not gonna walk behind that dude. Fucking people are like zombies, man. So we have to be sharp in the spirit, man. We have to be sharp, you know, while we're in this mourning process, because the Lord is not here, and we're waiting for the Lord to come here. You know, then also we be going off every day. We be going off every day, man. We sinning every day. So what do we have to do? Meditate upon the things that Yahushua did for us, man. Because that's basically our golden ticket. That's our golden ticket, man. But guess what? While we meditate upon the things that Yahushua did for us, a state of mourning is supposed to come into you, man. Because if we read the things that Yahushua did, if I read Isaiah 53, man, I get sad, man. I get sad. They beat him up. If we read the book of Matthew, the book of Mark, Luke, and John, if we read about what they did unto him, you're supposed to be in a state of mourning, man. You know, and what comes with a state of mourning? Fasting, man. Fasting. So this is 2 Samuel chapter 1. Let me start at 1. Now it came to pass after the death of Saul, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Amalekites, and David had abode 2 days in Ziklag, it came even to pass on the 3rd day that, behold, a man came out of the camp from Saul, which had his clothes rent, and earth upon his head. And so it was, when he came to David, that he fell to the earth and did obeisance. And David said unto him, From whence comest thou? And he said unto him, Out of the camp of Israel am I escaped. And David said unto him, How went the matter, I pray thee, tell me. And he answered, that the people are fled from the battle, and many of the people also are fallen and dead, and Saul and Jonathan his son are dead also. And David said unto the young man that told him, How knowest thou that Saul and Jonathan his son be dead? And the young man that told him said, As I happened by chance upon Mount Gilboa, behold, Saul leaned upon his spear, and lo, the chariots and horsemen followed hard after him. And when he looked behind him, he saw me and called me. And I answered, Here am I. And he said unto me, Who art thou? And I answered him, I am an Amalekite. So those are those fake Jews, so those devils, those Khazars. He said unto me again, Stand, I pray thee, upon me, and slay me, for anguish is come upon me, because my life is yet whole in me. So I stood upon him and slew him, because I was sure that he could not live, after that he was fallen. And I took the crown that was upon his head, and the bracelet that was on his arm, and have brought them hither unto my Lord. Then David took hold on his clothes and rent them, and likewise all the men that were with him. Why? Because of the news, man. This was not nothing pleasant to hear, man. This was a king. This was an anointed of the Lord. This was a great man in amongst Israel, man. And they mourned and wept and fasted until the even for Saul and for Jonathan his son, and for the people of the Lord, and for the house of Israel, because they were fallen by the sword. You see, they fasted, man. They went on a fast. Because why? They was in a state of mourning, man. They was in a state of mourning. So we are in a state of mourning. As a matter of fact, the whole world is in a state of mourning. Because why? The righteous are not in authority. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn. You see, so we are mourning now, man. We are in a state of mourning because we know who the righteous is. We know what righteousness is through the scriptures, man. Through the words. Through the word which became flesh, which is Yahushai. We've learned what righteousness is. And we are learning as we speak, man. As we walk. You know? So we in a state of mourning. So what comes with this being in a state of mourning? We just read it, man. When the people heard that Saul and Jonathan, his son, was dead, they mourned. And the people, because of the people of Israel that were fallen, they mourned. So we mourning for the fact that Yahushua died for us on the cross, for our stupidity, for our sins, for our wickedness. We are mourning, man. We are mourning because we still go off each and every day, which is not good. You know, we're fighting against the flesh. Now that's another point, man. So reasons to fast, we are in a state of mourning. Reason to fast, Yahushua told us that we was gonna fast because of the mourning that was gonna come upon us. We are still in captivity. So basically, my first point is mourning. We are in a state of mourning. Then we have other points that are coming with it too, which they was not doing it back in those days. So it says Isaiah 58:3. Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge? Behold, in the day of our fast ye find pleasure, and exact all your labors. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high. So what they was fasting for wicked reasons, man. They was fasting for strife, which is debate, discussions. Who's gonna win the discussion? Who's gonna fast the longest and win the debate? That's for wickedness' sake, man. That's not for righteousness' sake. They was fasting for those things, man. For debates. Behold, ye fast for strife. Yeah, I just read that. Is it such a fast that I have chosen? So the Most High saying, is that what I have chosen? Is that a fast that I delight in? A day for a man to afflict his soul. Is it not to bow down his head as a bulrush? Which means to pray, man. You gotta pray a lot, man. With fasting comes prayer, man. Constant prayer. Constant prayer, man. So it says, is it to bow down his head as a bulrush, and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast, an acceptable day to the Lord? Is not this a fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness? So that's another reason to fast, man, to lose the bands of wickedness. So we all dealing with certain things that can hold us down and that are pressuring upon us, which are wicked, man. what did the Apostle Paul say? The things that I would not do, that I do. So things that he didn't want to do, which is things of the flesh, wicked things, things of the world, that he would do, man. And that's happening with all of us, man. In your spirit, you know something is not right, but you still do it. In the spirit, you know certain things you're not supposed to do, but you still do it. A female is walking by with her man, and you check her body out, man. You ought not to do that. Your spirit knows it, but your flesh still does it. And it's a fucked up thing, man. You know, and those things like that, man, happen on a daily basis, man. Even though you know it's not right and you know you ain't supposed to do it. So go on a fast, man. Go on a fast. It's not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye may break every yoke. So there's a spiritual yoke, you know, to let the oppressed go free, and there's a physical yoke. So the physical yoke is to let the oppressed go free, man. You can go on a fast, no eating, no drinking, back in those days, you know, to stop the community from basically spreading out food, man, and having the people to eat food, because there's someone unrighteously judged, man. So the oppressed can go free and free the yoke. But on a spiritual level, we all have a yoke around our neck, man, of things that we are basically addicted to, or that we struggle with stopping, man. If you just came in this truth, and you are still smoking, let's say you're still smoking weed, or you're still smoking cigarettes, go on a fast, man, to undo that yoke, to loosen that band of wickedness. Because if we go into that word band, let's go into that word band. Bands. The Hebrew word there is charatazaba. Bond, feather, bang, hands, bonds, bangs, bands tightly fastened. You see, so what is this wicked? What is this wicked? How you call it? Addiction that you might have. That smoking, man, or lusting after females, which keeps getting worse and worse. If you feed it, it keeps getting worse and worse, man. So we should not be feeding it, because the more you feed it, the tighter it gets. The tighter these bands get, and the more difficult they are for you to lose, man, or to take off. So that's another reason to fast, man. So we have the morning, we have to put off wickedness, and to put off addiction, man. You are constantly doing the same shit over and over again. You are not in control over yourself concerning this matter that you might be dealing with. You need to put it off from yourself, man. That's something to fast for. You know, and to deliver the oppressed, that's not really in effect nowadays, because you can fast all you want, but the government is not gonna let loose someone that is judged unrighteously. They're not gonna do it because you're fasting. They'd be like, hey, the hell with it. If it would be a nationwide fast, like let's say the whole country of Holland, yes, then they might do it, because they're gonna lose money because of it. Verse 7, is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry? Yeah, that's also why we can fast, man. Think about that, man. Let's say a brother is lacking food. A brother needs food. You'd be like, well, I only have one loaf of bread left for this week. Well, why don't you go on a fast? Why don't you go on a fast and give him half the bread? If you have food left for a week, let's say 5 days, 5 working days, and you go on a fast for 2 days, those 3 days is good to eat a half of a loaf of bread, and then you can give it to him, so he can feed himself or maybe his family. You know, so you're gonna be able to give something to someone else, because while you're fasting, you are not in need of it. You have 10 bottles of water. If you fast for 3 days, 2 days you might be drinking 2 bottles of water. You can give him some bottles, man, to drink, to quench his thirst. Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh? Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring up forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of Yahweh shall be thy reward. You see, so you get a reward for doing this, man. You get a reward for fasting. You get a reward for abstaining from water and bread, man. Water and meats. You know, because you're afflicting your soul, man. And you walk in righteousness. Y'all write this out before the Lord, and do the things that are pleasing in His sight. Which a thing that is pleased unto the Most High is an afflicted soul, man. You know, like it says in Psalms 51, verse 17. Psalms 51 and 17. The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. Slakia, yeah, a broken and contrite heart. Oh Yahweh, thou wilt not despise. So if He sees you're broken in spirit and contrite, you know, for the things that are going on, you know, the how you say that, the position that our people be in, the way our people be living, you know, the way righteous men be going through things. You know, if that breaks you, that's pleasing unto the Most High to see that hurts you. Looking at your people and seeing the situation that they are in, if that hurts you, you know, if that breaks you, that's pleasing unto the Most High. Because why? That shows that you are not down with the system. That shows that you see that we are in a bad predicament. But if that's not something that breaks you, if that's not something that makes you feel bad or makes you sad, then you really down with the system, man. Really you down with this world, the state that we are living in. You're really down with it. But you shouldn't be down with the system. You know, you're comfortable living lavishly. You're comfortable. If you live too comfortable, man, eventually you're gonna be down with this world, man. You're gonna find it okay to live in, which is not okay, man. Because this place is full of wickedness, man. And the wickedness is overflowing. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua is soon gonna put judgment upon it, man. You know, so think about it, man. Fast because of Yahushua. We are in a state of mourning. We want to be delivered out of this hellhole. Fast because of that. Show your mourning. Show your affliction within fasting and prayer, man, before the Lord. Fast for the wickedness that you might be doing, the sins that you might commit. Fast for that. Fast for certain addictions that you might have. You're addicted to something. Even another addiction might be food itself, man. Another addiction might be food itself. You're constantly eating. You can't control yourself concerning food. That's also a thing to fast for, man. Because that's an addiction. That's a yoke upon your neck, man. That's a band around your hands, man. You can't stop eating all the time, man. That's not the good spirit needed, man. You greedy gluttonous upon food. You know, that should show you that you don't have your spirit, your body, your flesh in control, man. It shows you don't have your flesh in control. You know, the scripture says, "Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing." What does the word unsatiable mean? Unable to be satisfied. So you keep on eating and eating and eating. Whatever you eat, it's not gonna satisfy you. That's not a good spirit to be in, man. So another thing to fast for is to stop eating so much, man. Keep your flesh in control, because what happens when you fast, your stomach becomes smaller. You don't eat and drink for a day or 2 or 3 days, depends on how long you be fasting, but that is gonna shrink your stomach, which is a good thing. If you are uncontrollable concerning food, man. So we have the state of mourning that we are fasting for, the state of mourning that we are in. We have fasting for sins that we might commit or have committed. Ask for forgiveness towards Yahweh Shem Shai, because that's what a thing that comes with fasting, man, is to ask and pray for forgiveness constantly. You know, so that's what comes with it. That's what comes with it, man. When you fast, you have to ask for forgiveness for the wickedness that you might have done. And you can't say, well, I haven't done any wickedness, so why should I fast? Well, the scriptures speak about it, man. If you think you are without sin, you're a damn liar, man. You're a damn liar, which you shouldn't be. You should be in control of your emotions, your doings, your ways. So fast for wickedness that you might be doing, man. Then also fast for addictions. It's not wicked to eat food. For example, it's not wicked to eat food. That's why it doesn't fall in the category of wickedness. It's not wicked to eat food. But uncontrollably desire food every minute of the day, that's not good, man. You're not in control over your flesh. Drinking alcohol. By accident, took a picture of myself. Drinking alcohol, man. If you're uncontrollable concerning alcohol, if you get violent concerning alcohol, when you drink alcohol, that's not good, man. So that's the addiction. Then what else we discussed? This, to show that you are in mourning, man. Basically for point 1. So yeah, man, Yara Tazar, it's something to think about. My dog is drinking, man. Drinking water. That's what y'all hearing. But something to think about, man, and to focus upon, you know, and not be slacking towards fasting, man. Shouldn't be slacking towards fasting. Should have the spirit to fast often. Afflict your souls before Yahweh Shem Shai, because in these times that we are in right now, a lot of demons is out there, man. A lot of demons is out there, and we have to cast away these demons from us, man. We have to cast away these demons from us, because they trying to hold us down, hold us back, you know, mess us up, and that shouldn't be, man. We have to fight off these demons constantly. That's why Yahushua said some demons only go away by fasting and prayer. So guess what? You have to fast and pray. You have to fast and pray, man. So yeah, man, Yahweh Tazah, it was edifying. I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakadosh. Shalom to the elect out there that's pushing his word and sincerity and truth. Stay strong, stay in the spirit, do these things, man, you know, so we can get out of here. we are in a state of mourning. Show your state of mourning before Yahweh Hashem Yahushai by fasting and prayer, man. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.